So we're going to perform a sweep, which is a brand new tool within the software that we haven't learned yet. We're going to go ahead and start the standard inch IPT. A couple things to talk about with this before we get going. For this activity, we're going to model a paperclip. You're going to need a line and a circle. You don't really need to project geometry in the way that I'm going to show you how to do it. And we don't really need to do a work plane on the point or a sweep. So this is number 8. Size of this doesn't really matter. We're just going to draw and make it look kind of like a paperclip. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch here. First, we're going to create the paperclip path. And then we're going to come back and actually create the circle in a different sketch. A sweep requires at least 2 sketches for this. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the front plane and grab a line. Now notice I'm not going to put in anything that's going to require an actual dimension. I am simply drawing in the path. So I'm going to reference this point, come over here, make a circle. I'm going to come down off that circle, just straight down off the other side. Doesn't really matter how far we go. And I'll create another circle. I'm not going to go directly in line with that center point down here. I'm going to go, whoops. Here we go. Reference the point, come over. Notice if I hover over this, it's going to end up snapping right there. I want to go in a little bit from there to make my circle. There we go. And then finally, one more line coming up. And then we're going to make an even smaller circle here. So again, I'm not referencing either of those points. And I should have said one more line now. Now, hopefully, I've set this up to where we have enough space. If you think that things are too narrow for what you're going to do, you're able to move stuff around. That's fine. You can move things up and around. But I think for now, what I've got is just fine. I'm going to undo a couple times. And I need to trim out the bottom parts of the circles, or the top down here. So that's going to go, and then this area is going to go here. So I'm going to finish the sketch now. And what we see is this kind of profile of a paperclip. Now, the next 2D sketch, we're not going to extrude or do anything yet. Next 2D sketch is going to be on the same planes. What I need is I need to be on a plane that is going to be on that point and then be perpendicular to this path. So in this case, that top plane, the XZ, does the trick. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new sketch on XZ. Notice that my origin's there, and if I flip it a little bit, if I were to look at it in a 3D, I can see that yes, in fact, my point of the paperclip is on the origin. And for this, I'm just going to create a pretty small circle right there on the origin. Again, size is not really an issue here. And I'm going to just say OK. Now we're not worried, again, not worried much about size. Nothing is fully constrained at all. But we have this new tool, sweep, again requires 2 sketches. So the profile is actually what we're going to extrude along the path. So the profile is this, and then the path is the paperclip itself. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We can see it's all selected, and I can just click that path. And when we do that, we get this preview of this circle going all the way around the path and coming back to the start. And that ends our sweep. I can go and hit OK, and you've got yourself a paperclip. So again, size of it doesn't matter. You don't need dimensions. Just please make sure you get it saved, get it submitted, and thank you for watching.